Hi everyone and welcome again. I'm going to do some balancing of equations. I hope you're still revising. You need to carry on revising and watching my revision videos. By the way, have you seen the latest one I put up? Yeah, and I'm doing a weight loss challenge as well. You need to give me thumbs up and encourage me. All I've done today is done my very healthy stuff. I'm feeling very good. Okay, so we're going to balance equations. A very quick and easy way to balance equation is as follows. This equation says you have iron reacting with sulfuric acid, H2SO4, and your outcome obviously is iron sulfate. You have iron there, and you have a little bracket with, okay, actually iron 2, and you have your sulfate, yeah, and 3 plus, I'm writing out the entire one, hydrogen, like so. So to balance this equation, or any equation for that matter, I use this very simple method, reactants and products, and it really works very well. So you write out all the elements in your compounds and you balance them according to the how many atoms you've got on both sides of the equation. So these are your reactants together, and those are your products. So we have iron, we have hydrogen, sulfur, and oxygen. That's what we've got. On this side, we've got 1 atom of iron. Here we've got 2. And here we've got 2 atoms of hydrogen, just 1 of sulfur. And then here we have how many oxygen? 4. And then we have hydrogen on that side. We've got 2. Sulfur, this is where it gets tricky for some students. Now here, there is a subscript. Most students understand that this subscript goes with that, this little 4 here. The first subscript goes with that element. So you have 4 of oxygen. But when you have a bracket like that, they get mixed up. So this is the answer to that. That one affects all of these, not that one, not this side of it. So this way we have 3 atoms of sulfur on this side, and we have 3 times 4, 12 of oxygen. By just looking at that, I'm saying that on the product side, I've got 2 atoms of iron. So I'm going to just pop a 2 there, because that way I'll have 2. It looks all right. Hydrogen is 2 here, but I've got 3 of sulfur, so I'd rather put 3 here so that my sulfur becomes balanced and sulfur is taken care of here. That means I'm going to end up with 3 times 2, 6 of hydrogen on this side. 6, I need to balance that as well. And then that means this times that, 3 times 4 is going to give me 12 of oxygen. So oxygen changes to 12, which sort of balances out my oxygen here. Because 4 times 3 for this oxygen means my oxygen is balanced. So all I have to do is find a way to change that to 6. And it's very easy. 2 times 3 is 6. So I'll pop a 3 there. My equation is balanced. So I'll have 6 hydrogen on both sides of the equation. So that is a very simple way of balancing equations. I hope that's all right. I'm just going to do another one. And when you go to BBC Bite Size or ts.co.uk, there are some very easy worksheets you can practice with. But I'm just going to do this one on combustion. By the way, the difference between complete and incomplete combustion is that at the end of combustion of hydrocarbons, if it's complete, you have a CO2, carbon dioxide, and water as a product. If it's incomplete, you have carbon monoxide and soot. So I just thought I'll pop that in quickly. So this question is about combustion of hydrocarbon, and it's a complete one. So you have C2H6 plus oxygen, and you have CO2 plus water. So this is a full combustion. Again, you draw a table of reactants and products. So you have your carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. On this side, I've got 2. I've got only 1 here. Here, I have 6 of hydrogen, but I've got 2 of hydrogen on this side. Here, I've got 2 of oxygen, but I've got 2 plus 1, 3 of oxygen on the product side. The first thing, again, I'm going to do is to balance my carbon. My carbon needs to be balanced, so I'll pop a 2 there. All right, that changes my oxygen to 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1. It increases it to 5. Hydrogen is only 2 here, but 6 here. So if I pop a 3 there, my hydrogen will be okay, further increasing the number of atoms of oxygen that I have on the product side. So 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times that is 7. So that gives me 7 atoms of hydrogen on the, 2 times 2 is 4 plus 3, it gives me 7. The only way I can change that to 7, or well, there are 2 ways I can do this. So the easiest way is to put 3.5. Yes, you're allowed to do that in chemistry. You can put 3.5. 3.5 times that, or 3.5, will give you 7. Or if it helps you, you can just multiply everything through again by 2. Because if you were to pop a 2 here, let's try that one actually. I think this is the easier one, I'll just leave it. But if you multiply everything across by 2, you double everything, that will knock off that decimal. Some people prefer to do it like that, but you're allowed in chemistry to do that. So that's fine. 3.5 of that, multiply by 2, and we balance off that like so. Because this will mean that, let's count, 2 of carbon, 2 of carbon. Here we're fine. And then we have 6 of hydrogen, 6 of hydrogen. Oh, hang on, it was this one that was 7. So we end up with 3 times 2, 6 of hydrogen actually. And then the oxygen on this side is 2 times that and 3. So oxygen is the one that's 7. 2 is okay there. So when we put 3.5, we end up with 7. So 2, 2, 7, 7, 6, 6. We are game. So that is a very simple way of balancing equation. The little table really works for me. Some people say it's RIP, and I go, no, it's just reactants and product. No RIP. We're not resting nothing. We keep keeping on with this revision. And God bless.